It's WFMU. I'm here with Jason Bitner, the editor of Cassette From My Ex. Briefly, what is the book about?
It's really simple. It's all in the title here. Cassette From My Ex. So it's all stories about mixtapes that people would received, back in the day in high school or college. Someone had a crush on you. They made you a tape. And we're just collecting all of these stories about being young and in love and making awesome mixtapes.
And it seems like with the stories, I've read them, 60 of them in there from people. They, as with the cassettes, the mixtapes themselves, the writers pour their hearts into writing about them too. It meant a lot to them.
It's it kind of falls into like that confessional culture kind of project. We do talk a lot about music and what music meant in like within relationships, but it is primarily a project about stories. Stories of being young and having your heart broken. That they're gonna end badly. It's a cassette from my ex. It's never like cassette from my girlfriend who became my wife. It is all stories about really crushing hard on someone, and then things going bad. So what we did is we just took, I asked a bunch of friends, writers and musicians, to search their basements or ask their parents, to check out, go into their attic and look in these old boxes, because these cassettes, people don't throw them away. There's something that's really crucial and important, and it's not just something that you could toss.
It's like personal photos. You don't want to get rid of them.
You really, yeah, exactly. I mean, it is a lot like a photograph, except for the fact that they actually contain more memories, because the music triggers a response, but then you also have the artwork that people had created, the handwritten notes, and then you have song titles, but then sometimes, they'll take their Sharpies out and make like really great drawings or get their glitter pens out. And so you have all of these memories that are sort of associated with this tape, and it's been a great way to sort of like conjure these old stories about young relationships.
Right. I love the fact that you have all of the song listings in there, and of course you have the actual cover art. So what you did was you compiled a special top 5 for Top 5 at 5 of the best titles, right, of the mixtapes?
I did.
Okay.
I'm going to try and flip through it really quick. My top 5 favorite mixtape titles, for different reasons. So can you cut and splice while we're talking?
No.
No.
Non-stop.
Okay.
Actually.
Oh, here it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, so first one. 26 songs about love, relationships, and feeling screwed over for Andrew, February 14th, 1992, for Speaking My Mind, Whenever I Can't, Love, Christina. So it's a little bit wordy.
Okay, that's number 5.
Yes. The thing I love about this is the date. It's 26 songs about all the stuff, love, but feeling screwed over, and it's being given on Valentine's Day, 1992. You kind of have to love that paradox. But it also talks about how, to speaking my mind whenever I can't. That's what like these mixtapes often did, is like you would put the songs on that contain these messages that you wanted to send, and when you're young, you have a really hard time expressing yourself in words, and so you'll create these mixtapes in order to help send the message that that I'm into you or we're breaking up.
Okay, number 4.
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to find it. Anna Domino. This one's really simple. It's just called St. White Street. You Know Where I Am. Kind of awesome. It's like super hot. It's like so simple. Here's the name of the street that I live on. You know where I am. And it's like, you know what to do with this. Here's the information. Balls in your court. Let's do it. The next one, Mike Hannigan. The Lamest Summer Ever. This was a mixtape that was made between freshman and sophomore years in college. And so, it's that era. It's like, I've been to school, I have these new friends, I've had all these great new experiences, and now I've come back home for that one summer that you go home, and it sucks. It's like the worst. You're back with all your old friends, and and we have nothing to do but like what we always used to do is hang out and, you know, drink and be really bored. But it's also like, you can tell that to your friends. You can be like, this is the lamest summer ever, and they'll understand and not be offended by it. The next one is Felix Young. This one, it sounds a little bit trite offhand, but Don't You Forget About Me. You know, classic song title. The one thing that I do love about it is it can be read in a lot of different ways. Like, Don't You Forget About Me. Yeah, it's a Simple Minds song, but it's also like, here's this mixtape. Don't forget about me. You know, this is this way for you to always come back and remember who I am. But the one other possible way of considering this one is like, Don't You Forget About Me, is now like when we go back and we pick up this cassette and we, you know, pick up the mixtape. It's like, it's almost like the cassette's talking to us and saying like, don't you forget about me, this great old media that we used to love and spend so much time and put so much effort into, and it's like calling back, don't you forget about me. The last one is number one is the one that was given to me. I actually have it here. I don't know if you can see this. Music to Soak Your Toe To.
90 minute?
90 minute. You never use a 100-minute tape. Always use a 60 or a 90. This one was given to me when I had all these foot issues and I went to the doctor and I had to like spend hours sitting in front of the TV soaking my foot in this pan of Epsom salt. It was ridiculous. I was 16 years old and I was the biggest nerd sitting there soaking my foot. And so rather than like watching Archie Bunker or the Jetsons or whatever, Kate was really kind to make me this tape, Music to Soak Your Toe To. So that's the one that's closest to my heart, so that one is number one.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason Bitner. Cassette by My Ex, the name of the book. Get it. It's on St. Martin's on WFMU.